Hey, welcome everybody. This is CP Cards and Dice, and welcome to another presentation of our 1971 Seaver replay using Deep Drive Baseball. And we are playing this game from St. Louis, Busch Stadium in St. Louis, April 26, April 26, 1971. It's a Friday night game. Oh, actually, it's a Monday night game. Excuse me, Monday night game. And I'm just going through the cards in case I need a couple of pitchers, which I may need a couple of pitchers. Nerdy, Melendez. And we're right about to start, and I'll go over the Mets lineup. It's Tommy Agee leading off in center field, Buddy Harrelson at short, Dave Marshall, the right fielder, batting third, Cleon Jones in the cleanup spot in left field, Ed Kranepool at first base, batting fifth, batting sixth. Kenny Boswell, the second baseman, batting seventh is the third baseman, Bob Aspromonte. Jerry Grody, the catcher, batting eighth, and batting ninth is Tom Terrific, the franchise. And I saw Melendez. I could have swore I saw a guy named Melendez in here before. He plays in this game as a right fielder. I like to have him as a second pinch hitter in case I need him. There he is, Luis Melendez. And my pitchers in this game, let's see the pitchers that they use. They use like 5 pitchers. Norman, Grabowski, Taylor, Brunette. I didn't find any of those guys here. Brunette, Taylor. So they're probably in the backup set. So Berta and Melendez, I got 2 pinch hitters and 1. And so hopefully Gibson has a good game. Otherwise, we're going to have to see what we're going to do. All right, let's get started. The way you play deep drive baseball is you use 3D10, and I use 1D20. You roll. You read the red first, and then the white. It's 0 to 49 off the batter, and then it's going to be. Let me quickly bring up the live stream because I'm looking at the lineups. And then you look at the pitcher for 50 to 99, and for example, this right here would be an 80, so that would be off the pitcher. And what kind of an out is that going to be? And that's a 5. That's a ground ball to second base. Second baseman Julian Javier gets to it over to first and 1 away. So Tommy Agee rounds out for the first out of the game. Next is Buddy Harrelson. You read the red, a 69er. That is going to be off of Gibson, and that's a strikeout. So Gibson fans Harrelson for out number 2, and it's Dave Marshall. It's a 0-7. That's line base hit. played on a hop by the center fielder, Matty Alou. In the outfield is Brock in left, Matty Alou in center, and the right fielder is Jose Cardinal. He ends the season with the Milwaukee Brewers in 71. Cleon Jones now. And we're going to roll that D20 there. WVOGS 18. How you doing, brother? We're going to roll that D20 right now to see if we get if we roll a 1, we check on the wild pitch pass ball. Somebody once asked me that, so I try to say it so they know. And if you're learning a game and you're interested in learning whichever game that I play and you need a specific tutorial for something, I'll make a tutorial for you and I'll link it to you or however you want to do it. I really enjoy doing that for people. So Bob Gibson, a 98, and that's a 3, and that is a ground ball to the third baseman. Right there is Torrey. Torrey's playing third base. Over to first, and Torrey in about 7 to 8 years is going to be the new manager for the Mets. Has a big season in 71 from what I remember. So no runs and 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the first. Tom Terrific, this is his 4th start. Tom Terrific is 2-0 with a 2.43 ERA. His actual ERA was a 1.76. Here's the pitch to Lou Brock. That's right. Rest in peace, Lou Brock. He's a left-handed hitter. Had 64 stolen bases, batted .313, so he had a hell of a season in 1971. So he'll be, if he gets on, he will be running on Seaver. And that is an 18, and that is a base on balls, exactly what Seaver didn't want. So there goes Brock, and that's going to be a stolen base. Throw down, not in time from Grody, and we're going to check Grody's number. Grody's a blank. Seaver's a -1, so we're looking at a 3A. And a 3A on the stolen base chart is a 0 to 23 is a stolen base. 24 to 28 is an out stealing. So he gets his base. Lou Brock walks in and steals second. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Cardinals. Matty Alou, left-handed hitter, followed by Ted Simmons on deck. In the hole is Joe Torres, the cleanup hitter at third base. Jose Cardinal batting 5th in right field. Joe Haig, the first baseman, batting 6th. Batting 7th is Ted Sizemore, the shortstop. He's playing shortstop today. Julian Javier, the second baseman, batting 8th, and batting 9th is the Bob Gibson. Yes, sir. Bob Gibson facing off against Tom Terrific. So we're going to throw that D20, looking for that 20-sided die. There's nothing there. That's a 53. That is line base hit, and that'll be a run for the Cardinals. 1-0, just like that. And what was I going to tell you? Yeah, you can try out Deep Dry Baseball for $1. You can pick up the season for $12. They have a handful of seasons, not every season ever, but enough to keep you busy. I really enjoy playing their seasons. I really like their cards. Very, very easy to read. I don't know if you can probably see that. Very nice and clear. They're not cluttered. It's good for my eyes. I wipe down my glasses, and it's really nice. Pretty simple system. Only 2 pages of rules. Only 2 charts back and front. Very straightforward. Has plenty of nuance. It's not oversimplified. And it's Ted Simmons. He's a switch hitter. He's going to be batting lefty versus Tom Terrific. I'm going to throw that D20 again. See if no wild pitch. Seaver with good control. That's a 13. That's a line drive base hit. And Matty Alou is going to head for third. It's going to put runners on first and third and nobody out. So Seaver ran into a little bit of bad luck here. He's rolling all the wrong numbers. And now it's Joe Torre with runners on first and third. Mets with nobody out are going to leave the infield back. They're willing to give up an extra run, but they want to get that double play. And here it is to Torre. Oh, that's going to be trouble again. And that is going to be a line drive base hit for Torre. And he pulls one to left field, 1 hop to the left fielder, Cleon Jones. That's going to score a run. And Simmons will +1. There's a question mark there on the run chart. No, he goes to third. So Simmons, heads to third, and that puts runners on first and third again. So wow, Seaver's struggling here in the bottom of the first inning as a third baseman. All right, 2-0 Cardinals. Jose Cardinal. Let's see if Seaver can get an out. I mean, he's really struggling here. Everything I've rolled are like the hit numbers, and the Cardinals can hit for sure. And this is going to be another hit number, and that's going to be a base hit. That's going to score a run. And will Torrey go to third? He does again. A walk and 3 consecutive base hits off of Tom Terrific. First and third, infield's in now for the Mets. Again, the Mets just want. This is the first inning. The Mets just want to see if they can see what happens. I'm going to put the infield corners in. Oh, and it's a 1, so this could be a wild pitch or a pass ball or a pickoff. You don't know what it's going to be. It's a 20. And we look right here. A 20 is a. If wild pitch rating is D or F, Tom Terrific wild pitch is a C, so there's no wild pitch. So I guess it's a ball, if you will. First and third, infield is the middle infield is halfway. The corners are in. And as long as we don't get a line drive, it's an 84 and a 4. That's a hard hit ground ball to the shortstop. And he's a slow runner. With the infield, actually, that's going to be a hard hit ground ball. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Run will score. But we get 2 outs. And there's nobody on base. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Mets. 2 outs, nobody on. Mets are down 4-0 for trouble. And trouble for the Mets because I don't know that they have the type of offense. It's a little nubber in front of the plate. Grody pounces on it, fires to first, and gets Sizemore to retire the side. But the Cards get to Seaver, 4 hits and 4 runs and a walk. Wow. So they got a pretty good offense, these St. Louis Cardinals, that's for sure. 4-0. Eddie Kranepool leading it off against Bob Gibson. And that's a 60. That's a base on ball. So Ed Kranepool's on base. So the Mets have a base runner. Let's see if they can get a run in this inning. And a 21 is an 8 is a fly ball center field. Right there is Matty Alou. Drifts under it, squeezes it for the out. RJL's in the house. Yes, I decided I was going to stream this one because of Brock. But Seaver, they already got to Seaver. 4 runs in the first inning, in the bottom of the first, a walk, and 4 consecutive singles. Just bad luck. I mean, I rolled everything that I shouldn't have rolled. So that's the nature of the beast. Aspromonte with a run out first. Here's the pitch, and that's an 82 and a 9, and that's a fly ball center field. Again, Matty Alou's out there and makes the catch. That's 2 down. Eddie Kranepool scampers back to first base. And here's Grody with a 19, and that is a strikeout. So that's a second strikeout for Bob Gibson. No runs, no hits, 1 left. Go to the bottom of the second. Julian Javier, the pitcher, and then the top of the order. That's a 0-6. That's a base hit. Holy smokes. Everything I don't roll for the Mets, I roll for the Cards. And Bob Gibson is going to bunt. That's a 65. A 65 is a strikeout. And on a bunt, I believe that is a 2 strikes. 2 strikes, and he'll still square away the bunt. Bob Gibson, a 172 batter, 56, and that is a potential nothing. Single, okay, result from batter card, possible single, roll, die, and check chart. All right, let's see what happens here. Very slow. So we can use that 5, right? Very fast batter on an infield, safe on an infield single. Bob Gibson is not that. So otherwise, sacrifice hit. So it's a sacrifice hit. To who does it go? It goes to 8, which is the third baseman. It's going to be a 5 sack, a 5-4 sacrifice bunt. That moves the runner over. Javier's at second. Here's Lou Brock. Lou Brock walked in the first inning and stole a base and scored. We're going to throw the wild pitch die twice, looking for that, and one for the bunt and one for this batter. Here's Lou Brock, and that is a 0-1. That's a deep drive off the bat of Brock, and a 6 in Busch Stadium. Busch Stadium does not allow a lot of home runs. That is going to be a 35, and that is a splits the outfield. That's going to roll to the wall for a double. The speedy Brock gets the second easily, takes a big turn, but goes back. So it's an RBI double for Brock. And it's Matty Alou now. And that's a 45 and a 9. That's a fly ball center field. The very fast Brock will probably make it. I may have to roll very fast. It's a, what did I say, 45 was a 9, a F8. And he is question mark. So I can try to tag up and go to third. And why not? Let's do that. And it's a 61. He may hold. Let's see. He's very fast. 61. Nope, he is safe. So Brock tags up on the fly. Goes to third. And there's 2 outs. Runner on third, and it's Ted Simmons. Simmons singled in the first inning. Seaver's going to get pulled early in this game, it seems. Oh, we got to throw that 20-sided die looking for the 1. And it's a 78. That's a strikeout, and that's going to retire the side. Seaver picks up his first K of the game. The Cards pick up another run and on 2 hits. So it's 5-0 Cardinals going to the third. Tom Seaver leading it off against Bob Gibson. That's a 28. It's a strikeout. Gibson picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game. Tommy Agee. Tommy Agee grounded out in the first 55. That's line base hit. A frozen rope to left center field off the bat of Tommy Agee. He's on at first. Buddy Harrelson now. 5-0 Cardinals early. It's a 97 and a 7. That's a fly to left. Lou Brock is there. 2 down. And Dave Marshall. Here's a pitch to Marshall, a 94 and a 7. It's off the pitcher. A 7 is a fly to left again. And Brock squeezes it for the out. No runs. 1 hit. Go to bottom of the third. Question is, can Seaver get through this inning? He's really struggled today so far. I don't need to roll that. Here goes. That's a 87 and an 8, and that is a fly to center. Backing up a few steps is Agee. 1 down. Jose Cardinal, he's singled in the first, and it's a 69. That's strike 3. Cardinal goes down swinging for the second K for Tommy Terrific. And it's Haig with a 28 and a 5, and this is going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning. That's grounded to second. Second baseman Boswell over to first, and in time, 3 up, 3 down for Tom Terrific here in the third. So finally, Tom has settled down. Had a rough first and second inning. Yes, sir. He's down 5-0. So this will. He had a 20-10 record, so he did lose some games. So it's not like he's going to go undefeated. So I really don't worry about that. Cleon Jones is up. Here's Bob Gibson. Checks the signs, and he winds and deals, and that's a 24 and a 6. It's a strikeout. Number 4 for Bob Gibson. Eddie Kranepool. He's a left-handed batter, a 78 and a 5, and that is chopped to the second baseman. Easy pickings for Javier. 2 down. Kenny Boswell. Kenny Boswell batted 273, not too shabby, in 436 plate appearances with 5 home runs. That's a 50. That's going to be a deep drive. And a 2 will be potentially a home run, a 42, and that's going to be off the wall. And into second base with a 2-out double is Kenny Boswell. So the Mets have a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. See if they get a 2-out rally going. No, Tom's ERA is not going to look good after this one. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when we give it a chance. He's going to have a tough ERA. Right now is a 2.43 starting this game. But, you know, you get into those grooves where you go 3 games and you don't allow a run or you allow 1 run. And that happens easily, especially when he faces the teams that don't hit very well. Like, I think the Cardinals had one of the best hitting teams in 71. Brock, Alou, Simmons, Torrey. You know, I think all those guys hit. So this is probably a tough matchup for the franchise. Aspromonte, gonna throw that D20, looking for that 1. We don't get it, and that's a 75 and a 4. And that's a defensive lookup. And it's a 71 defensive chart. Let's see what happens. It's a 26. That's going to be a range result. And a 42 is a ground ball to the third baseman, Torrey, and by him. And this is going to score Boswell. So the Mets score their first run of the game. RBI single by Aspromonte, right under Torrey's glove. 5-1. Jerry Grody now. Let's double check. Torrey, I believe, is a 3, so that's like a decent average guy in this game. He is a 3, so that was past him. And Jerry Grody now. Throw that D20, looking for that wild pitch. And Bob Gibson's pretty wild. He's a D. Oh, and it's a 1. There you go. All right, and a 94. That's not going to do it. It's not going to cut it for a wild pitch. A 94 is going to say if catcher pass ball rating is a B, C, D, or F, it's a pass ball. And the catcher, who's the catcher again? I think it was Simmons, right? Yep. It's Simmons, and let's see. He is a D pass ball, so that ball gets by Simmons. Must have been crossed up, but he should have had it. That's going to allow Aspromonte to go to second. And we're going to roll that D20 again because you get 2 pass balls, and now we can get a wild pitch or something else. No, we don't get it. It doesn't happen. It's a 36 and a 9, and that is a fly ball to center. And right there is Alou, makes 1 on 2 hits. 5-1. Ted Sizemore against Tom Seaver. He hit a number in front of the plate, and it was played by Grody. That's a 44 and a 1, and that's a popped up in foul territory. Catcher Grody puts the mask away, makes the catch. 1 down. Julian Javier, second baseman, 3. That's a 14, and that is a strikeout. So Seaver picks up his 3rd strikeout. So far, Seaver's retired 7 in a row, and now it's Bob Gibson. Bob Gibson with a 91 and a 6, and that is hard hit at the shortstop. Harrelson scoops it, fires to first, and in time, 3 up, 3 down. Seaver's now retired 8 in a row. And he's leading off the top of the 5th inning. It's a 5-1 ball game. He's leading off the top of the 5th inning. He's a 200 batter, so I'm going to let him bat. And a 65, and that's a strikeout. Goes down swinging. That is strikeout number 5 for Gibson. Gibson blows a fastball by Seaver. And now it's Tommy Agee. Agee's 1 for 2. 0-4, and that is line base hit. Agee with a single. Buddy Harrelson's next. Oh, at 1, and that could be a wild pitch. Let's see what that becomes. An 18. What does that tell me? An 18 says if pitcher has a wild pitch rating of D or F, which he does, and that's a wild pitch. Spikes a fastball. And there goes Agee. Hustling back there is Simmons, corrals it quickly. Agee takes a big turn, but goes back. So wild pitch on Bob Gibson. Again, we're going to throw that D20, check for another wild pitch or a pass ball or anything like that. That's a 99 and a 0. That's off of Gibson, 99 and a 0. That's line, and this could be a double play. And we're going to roll. If we roll 0-0 to 0-9, it's a double play, and nope. So it's L6. Line to shortstop. Nice leaping grab by Ted Sizemore. Hit on the screws by Harrelson. Dave Marshall with 2 out. Throw that D20. And that is a 47 and a 9. And that is a fly ball center field. Again, Matty Alou getting a lot of action in center. No runs, 1 hit. That retires the side. Bottom of the 5th. Tom Terrific versus Lou Brock. Rest in peace. They're playing baseball up in heaven right now. 2 class guys. Here goes. 43 and a 1. And that is popped up. Middle of the infield. Right there is Boswell. He calls off Harrelson. Squeezes it for the out. Matty Alou is next. And that's a 67. Strike 3. And Seaver blows a fastball by Alou. He's retired now. 10 in a row. Next is Ted Simmons. He's 1 for 2. A single and a strikeout. And that's a 60, and that is a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. Seaver. Back to his masterful form. And we go to the top of the 6th. Mets need to pick up some couple runs for Tom Terrific. Here's Bob Gibson to Cleon Jones. It's 26 and a 4. That's a strikeout. Number 6 for Gibson. Second time he struck out Jones. Eddie Kranepool was 0 for 1 and a walk. That's a 76 and a 3. That's a defensive call. See what that turns out to be. And that's a 22. That's going to take us over to the range. And that is a 32, which is a space hit. Single pass to second baseman. Julian Javier. So Kranepool is 1 for 2. He's on at first. Eddie Kane Boswell now. And it's a 35 and a 9, and that is a fly ball center field. On the run is Alou and chases it down. Aspromonte, 2 out. And Aspromonte with a 28 and a 4, and that's ripped to second. Up with it is Javier, over to first, and in time to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 5-1. Cardinals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's gone twice. That's 7. Giving up at least a run. That's 8. So Seaver can still pitch. Joe Torre. He really struggled in the first couple of innings, but then after that, he's retired 10 in a row. No, actually 11 in a row. And he actually picks up a point for 3 consecutive no runs, no hit innings, no runners on base innings. Pitch to Torre, and that's going to be the end of it. Line drive base hit for Torre. Torre's 2 for 3 on the day. He's on at first. There's some action in the Met bullpen. Taylor's moving around out there. That's a 12, and that is going to be a base on balls. It's going to be it for Seaver. We're pulling the franchise. And we're going to bring in Taylor. Ron Taylor going to come in. I'm going to take a quick peek at our roster. I'm using PC Replay, so that keeps my rosters for me. And that way I can just make sure that everyone there is supposed to be in there. In other words, when I pull Ron Taylor, I want to make sure that he's on the roster for the Mets. So it was 4K. Let me see. 4K single. And then 5. All right. So then it was a walk. And Taylor should be in there. I mean, yeah, he's in there. He's ready to roll. So here comes Taylor. Ron Taylor. I'll tell you a little bit about Ron Taylor. Ron Taylor had a 3.65 ERA, 45 games, 2-2 record. 33-year-old. All that data is on the cards. You get the important data, but not too much data. They're not cluttered. That's what I really like about this game. Very easy to read cards. It's good for guys who are a little blind like myself. I usually move around the house with sonar, like a bat. Who is it now? It's Joe Haig. He's a left-handed hitter. Batted 226. That's a 15. All right, see what happens to 78 and a 4, and that is a ground ball to the first baseman. And who's that? Kranepool's going to go to second for one, throw back to first, not in time. Fielder's choice for Haig. That puts runners on first and third. That's going to bring the infield in. They cannot allow another run at this point. All right, here's the pitch. Oh, 0-4. That's going to be trouble. That's a long base hit. That scores a run. And that's going to send Haig to third base, first and third. Oh, no, he's slow. He's slow. He's not going to make it automatically, I don't believe. Let's see. No, it's no, he does not. Slow does not make it there. It's a question mark. And we're going to roll to try to make it there. Why not? Let's have some fun. And a 72 on a slow guy. A 72, and look at the choice chart. A 72 on a slow guy, and he holds. Slow guy decides, no, I'm going to get thrown out. 86 to 97 would have been enough. So the slow guy stops at second base. Joe Haig, first and second. And it's Julian Javier. There's a pitch, and that is a 0-0. That's a deep drive. And a 3, I'm not going to do it, but 45, that's going to be ripped down the line into left field corner. That's going to score Haig. And Sizemore is going to hold up. Seaver struggled tremendously in this game, even though he had a whole section where he got out after out after out. So now it's 2 more runs. That's a 7-1 lead for the Cardinals here. And that was, let's see. So now we have first and third. And it's Matty Alou. Pitch Matty Alou, 97 and a 7. That's going to be a hard hit ground ball to the shortstop. Harrelson flips to the second base, Boswell. It's a 6-4. That's going to retire at the side. But the Cards pick up 3 runs. They lead it 8-1 now. Holy smokes. Pick up 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. And Seaver allowed 1, 2, 3. Only allowed 7 hits. He walked 1. Struck out 5. No hit by pitch, no wild pitches. Batters faced, he faced 18 and 5, which is 23. And he gave up almost every run. He gave up a ton of runs in this game, which is crazy. Yeah, the Cardinals have a lot of what you call SI pluses. And that moves runners around the bases very easily. So they kept on going first to third. And so they scored a bunch of runs in that first inning, plus the stolen base by Brock. So Seaver either allowed 8 runs or 7 runs in this game. So that was a tough one for Seaver. His ERA is going to take a hit. Jerry Grody leading it off against Bob Gibson. It's a 15. That's ball 4. Grody walks. And you know what? Let me see who I have as a. Hold on. Let me see who I have as a utility infielder type for the Mets. Bullpen. 12 game. Let's see. Han, Shamsky, Weiss. Oh, Weiss is on this team. All right. Let's see if I have Weiss on here. Tim Foley, I think, is on this team. Han, Foley, I may be able to use Foley. Let's see what happens. I believe Foley's on this roster. So then I'm looking for Weiss. Weissy, I like Weissy. He's a good player. Part of the 69 team. Got a lot of players here from 69. So I may not have printed out Weissy. He did not get printed out. Unless they traded him this year in 71. I don't know. They may have. So then he would be with another team. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And I think I can use Tim Foley. So I'm going to bring in Tim Foley to play third base. And he's going to bat for the pitcher. So pitcher's going to go in the 7th spot. And Foley's going to be batting right here. All right, here goes pitch from Gibson. That's an 89 and 9. That's a fly right center. Excuse me. Matty Alou. Tommy Agee with 1 on and 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Seaver got pounded for a bunch of runs, 91 and a 1. That's popped up middle of the infield. Second baseman Javier calls for it, mine, and he gets it. Harrelson. Buddy Harrelson. He was Tom Terrific's roommate for 8 years. Yes, sir. Buddy Harrelson. Here's a pitch, and something happened. I lost it. There it comes. 73 and a 1, and a 73 strike 3. And Gibson strikes out Harrelson for his 7th strikeout of the game. No runs, no hits, 1 left on. Go to bottom of the 7th. Taylor's still in there. Taylor struggled. He came in relief of Tom Terrific. Gave up a couple hits. Pitched to 7 batters. He can go 1 more inning, but then I may push him for the last inning. So I can show you how the fatigue system works. Very cool fatigue system. All right, it's going to be Ted Simmons in the bottom of the 7th. Simmons on the day is 1 for 3. And it's going to be a hit. Little ground ball that gets through the infield. So Simmons is standing at first base with a base knock. And Joe Torre. Torre's 2 for 3. And that's a 26 and a 2. And that's a comebacker to Taylor. It's going to go 2nd for 1. Back to first, not in time. So Torre with a fielder's choice. Taylor took that and spun around, fired it to Harrelson, and Harrelson let it fly to first base. Low throws. Kranepool scooped it out, but Torre made it there just in time ahead of the throw. Jose Cardinal. That's a 77 and a 4, and that is a ground ball to the third baseman. He's going to go 2nd for 1, and no throw. Torre goes in hard and breaks it up. It's a hard-nosed player, that Joe Torre. I have a feeling that looking at my crystal ball, that someday he's going to be a Mets manager. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe in 77 he'll be a Mets man. Going to do Chadwick, Bosman, Jackie Robinson tribute tomorrow. Good for you, dude. I'll try to watch it. Try to keep an eye out. I work. Remember that. Start working again tomorrow. I had today off. Ordered SAT and received game parts. 56 and 58 today. All right. Joe Haig. Left-handed batter batted 226. 16 home runs. He had good power. Played first base for the Cardinals. Good power. 16 home runs. Wow. Back in 71. That's good power. All right. So 2 out, 1 on. That's a 70 and a 6, and that's defense. And a 69 is going to be a ground ball to the second baseman. Boswell bobbles it. Throw to first, not in time. E4. First and second. Second error for the Mets today. Ted Sizemore. Let's throw that D20. Oh, we got a potential wild pitch. Taylor's has good control, 29. And a 29 says wild pitch. If he's a D or an F, he is an A. So he's no wild pitch there. So again, we're going to throw that D20. And nothing there. It's a 55. That's going to be a deep drive. Deep drive off the bat of Ted Sizemore. It doesn't have very much power, but a 36 is going to be 1 hop off the wall. That's going to score Cardinal. And Haig, let's see if Haig's going to follow him. Haig is a slow, but he becomes average with 2 outs. Average with 2 outs on a double is going to be question mark, and we're going to try to score him. And he may score. He's average. He may score a 62 average. He does not. He holds at third base. So RBI double for the shortstop Sizemore. And it's Julian Javier. Oh, that's another one. We're going to use that 46. Could be a pass ball wild pitch. A 46 says wild pitch if he's a B, C, D, or an F, but Ron Taylor's an A, so no wild pitch. That's south side. Ball 1. Again, we throw the D20. Nothing there this time. And it's a 0-3. That's a line drive base hit. That's going to score 1. And Sizemore will score. 2-run single for the second baseman, Javier. Taylor struggling here. All right, Taylor, get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Holy smokes, we're going to pull Taylor. Bob Gibson is up. What are you going to do? Bob Gibson is up. He's taking one for the team here. Taylor's taking one for the team. Bob Gibson, he should make out, and he will, 73, and that is a 6. That's a ground ball to the second baseman. Boswell flips to Harrelson, and the Cardinals make it 11-1. Wow. They pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. Dave Marshall leading it off here in the top of the 8th. 11-1 Cardinals. They're giving the Mets a thrashing. It's a 0-2. That's a deep drive. And a 43 is going to be 1 hop off the wall. Marshall hustling around first, throw to second, slides in, not in time. Leadoff double for Marshall. Cleon Jones. Cleon Jones is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts today. That's a 0-6. That's going to be line base hit, and that's going to score Marshall. Yes, sir. Let me just double check that. I'm trying to memorize this chart. So, yep, he does score. RBI single. And that is left fielder Cleon Jones with an RBI. 11-2. Cardinals. Tom Terrific took a whooping. They opened up a can of whoop-ass early. And it's going to be a potential wild pitch. It could be another 33. You know that, like I said, 33, and that's going to be a wild pitch, the second wild pitch of the game for Bob Gibson. He goes to second base. Steady Eddie Kranepool, the batter. Again, we throw that 1 to see if we throw that 20 to see if there's a 1. Back-to-back wild pitches, nothing there. Eddie Kranepool, 0-4. That's going to be a deep drive. Deep drive off the bat of Steady Eddie, and that's a 70. That's going to be ripped down the line into a right field corner. That's going to score Cleon Jones and into second base with a stand-up double, RBI double for Steady Eddie. And it's 11-3 now. They're getting to Bob Gibson a little bit, just a little bit. Kenny Boswell. Top of the 8th, 11-3. Lou Brock leads off the next inning. And then Taylor will be fatigued. I may pull Taylor. I don't know. He had 69. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull him. He had 69 innings pitched in 45 games. He never really went more than 2. Yep, we do that one. It's Kenny Boswell. Nothing there. And a 74 and a 5. That's gonna be a defensive check. Defensive check. It's a 54, and a 54 says a little number in front of the plate. Simmons out from behind the plate, pounces on it, fires the first, low throw, but nice grab by Joe Haig. 2-3. That's the second one of those. You usually don't get very many of those. Oh, and that's going to be. I thought that was the third out for some reason. That's going to move Ed Kranepool to third. Bob Aspromonte now. Infield's back for the Cards. And a 72 is a 6, and that is a ground ball. Hard hit ground ball to shortstop. But with the infield back, let me see what that says. Runner on third, runner out chart. So it's a what do we say it was? It was a 6H, which means a hard hit ground ball to shortstop. With a runner on third, it's going to be H, probably in advance, because when the runner's back, yep, runner's advance. Runner advances. Because they're playing for the out of first, they're not really worried about. So that's going to be an RBI for. Oh, that was a pitcher spot. Hold on, hold on. Got to bring in a pinch hitter. Missed all that. And the pinch hitter is going to be. It'll be Don Clendenin. Clendenin comes in. Pinch hitter. And a 72, it's on the pitcher's card anyway, so it doesn't matter. Nothing changes. So Don Clendenin grounds out, picks up an RBI, run scores, pinch hitter, and it's 11-4 now. Jerry Grody's next. Gonna have to bring a new pitcher. It'll be, I guess, any one of these guys. It doesn't really matter that much. Who's it gonna be? Let me see who the Mets have. Let me go back to my roster. And my roster says that available to pitch, a guy named Williams, C. Williams. Let's see. Never heard of that guy. I like playing these seasons that they're a little bit before my time, and that's Williams. I may not even have him a bit. All the cards exist. I just have to look for. He may be on another team because if you get, there he is, Charlie Williams. He was a starter and a reliever. So I'll bring him in for an inning. Why not? So it was Taylor and then Williams to finish the game against Lou Brock. So Jerry Grody's up. 2 outs. Nobody's on. Mets picked up 3 in this inning. Here's a pitch. And that's a 42. That's an out. Fly ball center field. Matty Alou makes the catch and retires aside. 3 runs on 3 hits. Wild pitch. And it's 11-4. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Lou Brock leading it off against Charlie Williams. Charlie Williams had a 4.78 ERA in 31 games. Here's a pitch to Brock, and that's a 14. And that's a base hit for Brock. Hard hit ground ball up the middle and through past the glove of the diving Harrelson. So Brock is not going to steal 7 runs up. You wouldn't do that back in those days. You get the beamed. Okay, it's a 1. It's a potential wild pitch, and it's a 10. That's a wild pitch rating of F. He is a B, so no wild pitch. High outside, ball 1. Matty Alou. Again, we're going to throw that D20. We've rolled a lot of ones in this game. That's a 0-9. That's going to be a ground ball base hit center field. That's going to move Brock to third, first and third. Hits keep on coming for the Cardinals. It feels back. Just looking for that double play ball. 55. It's going to be line drive base hit, and into score is Brock. Around the third is Alu. Again, like I said, the Cardinals have a lot of S pluses. You don't see that very much. That tells me that they were scoring a lot of runs. Joe Torre. Yeah, that's a 20. 20 for Torre is a base hit. That's going to score a run. So catcher, third base. And stopping at second is going to be Simmons. Jose Cardinal now. They're really getting to Charlie Williams here. And that is an 85 and a 9. That's a deep fly ball, center field. One away. 13-4. Terrible game, unfortunately. Hate when I stream terrible games. That's a 52. And that's going to be a deep drive off the bat of Joe Haig, and a 67. That's going to be a double off the wall. That's going to score one. Stopping at third is Torre. We're not rubbing it in at this point. Ted Sizemore. And that's a 24. Now he's given up a bunch of runs. I think he can give up. When does a relief pitcher become fatigued? I don't know, because I never let him allow more than 2 runs. Let's see, pitcher endurance. If pitcher endurance reaches 0 fatigue, 0. Okay, 2 special notes on. Okay, there again. All right, use the number following the SP if they are appearing as starting pitcher, and following the RP if they are appearing in relief. Following events can cause a pitcher to lose or gain a point. Plus point, okay. 2 fewer batters do not apply these 2 extra innings. Okay, he's fatigued. All right, he's fatigued already. So let me show you how that works. We rolled a 24, right? 24. So since he's fatigued and a 24 on the batter is an out, he's going to have a chance. The batter's going to have a chance to make it a 74, add 50 points. So the 24 becomes a 74, and we're going to get a chance to look at the pitcher's card, and that's going to be a defensive check. So he can get on base on an error, he can get on base on a hit. That's how fatigue works. The advantage goes to now. Let's say if it was the pitcher off the pitcher's card, then you can move back and forth to try to get a double play. You can try to get a strikeout, whatever you're looking for. You see, and you have a choice of 2 results. In this case, it's the batter's advantage, because Charlie Williams is already. He can go 2, but he already gave up. He already lost the point for giving up a run. Plus, well, actually, you know what? Gave up a run, and he still hasn't pitched 1 whole inning. So you can actually say that he's not fatigued, and we're going to say he's not fatigued just to get this game over with. So it's a 24 and a 2, and that's going to be a little slow bouncer in front of the plate again, and that is Grody, a 2S with runners on second and third. I'm going to say they hold and throw us to first base. 2 outs. Just to kind of fast forward this game a little bit. The game is over. And Javier, right? Yep, Javier, that's a 25 and a 9 is a fly ball center field. Tommy Agee squeezes it for the out. The Cards pick up 3 more runs on 5 more hits. Holy smokes, they had 11 and 6, 17 hits in this game. And they lead it by a score of 14-4. Top of the 9th. Last licks for the Mets. Last licks for the Mets. It's going to be, who's going to be leading off? Foley, Tim Foley leading it off. Foley sticks with the Mets until what? until 1979, and they trade him for Frankie Tavares, shortstop from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Foley goes on to have a 290 season with the Pirates in '79. That's a 73. Gibson is still in there. It's a strikeout. Gibson's gone 4 plus 9 is 13. He allowed a run. That's 4. This is 14th point, so he can still go this inning. He strikes out Foley for his 8th strikeout of the game. And it's going to be Tommy Agee now against Bob Gibson. The Bob Gibson, Hall of Famer Bob Gibson. 2 Hall of Famers in this game tonight. That's a fly ball left field lined, hooking away from the left fielder Brock, but he is there. So Agee drove one to the corner, but Brock had time to get there. Here's Buddy Harrelson, who's 0 for 4. 0-9. That's a ground ball and through the left side for a base hit. So Harrelson's on at first. Dave Marshall. And it's a 77. And out is a fly ball center field. Alou is there, makes the catch, and that's the ball game, folks. My friends, adios, my friends. Final score: Cardinals 14, and the Mets 4. Mets had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits, 2 errors. Cards had no errors, but they had a ton of hits. What did I say? 17 hits before. So the line score is the Mets 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors. Cardinals 14 runs, 17 hits, no errors. Holy smokes! And Seaver's going to fall to 2-1, and his ERA. I don't even want to talk about that. Really gave up a lot of runs. The Cardinals are tough. Holy smokes! Got to look them up, see how they did in '71. Got to look that up. Anyway, this is CP Cards and Dice, and this was a tribute game to both Tom Seaver and Lou Brock. And Lou Brock ended the game with, he went 2 for 4, scored 2 runs, drove in a couple. Oh, no, drove in 1 run, excuse me. And he stole a base, absolutely, right? Reached down an error, so he was on 4 out of 5 times. And that's Lou Brock for you. Had a great season. Stole 64 bases, batted 318 or what was it? Whatever it was. 318, 313. Had 313 batting average. This guy could play, man. Holy smokes. Not a great fielder, actually, according to the stats here. But not in '71 at least. But he could hold his own out there. I mean, he could hold his own. I will see you guys. All right, let's see. I will see you guys soon. Thanks for stopping by. Nice game. Oh, Brandon Baker was in the house. Nice to see you, Brandon Baker. Glad you stopped by. And W Vogs, I guess. W Vogs. 18. RJL was here. Check out his channel. He always got exciting stuff going on. He does golf. I know nothing about golf. I told him, he's playing golf the other day. I told him hit a home run. Ah, Shanghai Steve. Hola, amigo. Shanghai, look at that. That's cool. That's China. I like that. I like Asia. Asia is fascinating to me. Fascinating place. You know, one of my dreams is to go to China. Maybe I'll make it happen someday. Who knows? China, Japan, Thailand, South Korea. Wow, what crazy. Yeah, but anyway, wish I would have done that when I was younger, though. You know, that would have been kind of cool. The younger you feel like you're in control more. You're fearless. Like you can. The things I did in my youth was like nothing. Now you take a 3-hour car ride and you got to rest for 3 days because of the aches and pains. But back then, man, it was like, forget it. I would be in a car crash. The next day, I'd be dancing on the night on the disco. You know, yeah, all those countries are great. Great countries, great people, amazing culture. I'm always open to new places, new things, new. And as you can see, I play a lot of different games because I like that. I like seeing different games, learning different things, and really understanding the designers and see where they're going with their ideas, and and really having input in how they decide to play their games and what happens with their games. I like that. So Lou Brock passed away. Tom Seaver. I have a 1977 Sports Illustrated that I bought last year. It's got Tom Seaver in a Reds uniform, and I read that because it was the continuation of the saga. Half of the saga was in New York, but then when he got to the Reds, Sports Illustrated sent a writer out there to talk to Tom and to get Tom's perspective on what happened. And Tom was always a classy guy. One of the things that Dick Young, the sports writer, that really did a hatchet job on Tom Seaver, and was probably the primary reason later on in Tom Seaver's interview with Dick Schaap in the early 90s when Tom Seaver was inducted into the Hall of Fame. He told Dick Schaap, and you can see that on YouTube, he told Dick Schaap that one of the main causes that I left New York was this guy, this sports writer Dick Young, who was very close to the management, to the administration of the Mets. And this guy Dick Young did not like Seaver's politics because Seaver was anti-war. In '69, he said, "Hey, if the Mets in October of '69, he said, if the Mets can win the World Series, we can get out of Vietnam." He wasn't a gung-ho guy, even though he was an ex-Marine. He was not a guy that believed in war. That was not in his makeup. So I mean, I respect that. And he was a vocal guy. Plus, he became a player rep in '77. And guess what? M. Donald Grant did not like player reps. They were from the old school when the owners were like plantation owners. And they could do whatever they want. If you ever read the book that's called Fantastic, Dynastic, and something else about the Oakland A's. Can't remember the third adjective. Fantastic, Dynastic, and some bombastic. There you go. Fantastic, Dynastic, and bombastic. I can't remember the writer. I gotta look at it again. I haven't looked at it. I haven't. It's a good book. It's an interesting book, but it gives you, the insight into Charlie O'Finley and how he was really tight-fisted, with the players, man, and they had to beg for everything, just for small raises for a few $1,000s. I mean, this was like a plantation owner type of mentality. And a lot of guys say, well, the players got ruined because of the money. And that may be true. That may absolutely be true. But I'm going to tell you that I'd rather have the players who may go 5, 6, 7 years and never play again than the owners who own stadiums, multiple real estate, empires, and on and on and on, and made all the money and didn't share it with the players. I don't want that world either. I'd rather have a world that's a little bit more fair and just than having the owners make all the money and the players make nothing. And then all of a sudden now when the players are making a lot of money, we say, oh, look, they're spoiled. They don't deserve it. That's too much money, on and on and on. Well, guess what? If they're making the money, it's because the owners are making the money. And we're paying for the seats. We're paying for the $10 hot dogs. So that's on us. I don't know how you can blame the players. The players, sometimes they play 10 years and they never play again. So whatever millions they made, that has to last them their whole life. It's not like they have a 60, 70-year career. That whatever they make, that's got, and you don't know how much you're going to make. You don't know if you're going to get injured and never play again. You can sign a 10-year contract, you get injured, and I don't know if that contract will play a role. Will be played out. I'm not sure how that works, but I know that teams have insurance on those contracts. So if you get injured, the insurance company picks up, a big part of on those contracts. But I don't agree with those big long contracts for sure. I don't agree on for 10-year contracts. Oh, Shanghai Steve. Where are you, Shanghai? Where are you, brother? Shanghai Steve said to come out. He's out there in Asia somewhere. I may go visit Shanghai Steve and roll some games out there. They got good internet, and I think that's where the internet. I mean, that's where the best internet is, right? Because they live on their computers. But anyway, I was doing a rant, I was talking about how, a lot of guys have this attitude. The players, they ruin the game because they make too much money. There's money in the game because there's a lot of money everywhere. Millionaires have money. Billionaires have money. Jeff Bezos has over $200 million. He makes money hand over fist. Every transaction, he gets a cut on every transaction. Every time you buy something from Amazon, you rent a movie or you order, some card stock or whatever it is, he gets a cut. There's a lot of money out there. Why shouldn't the players get some money, But I also think that they should cut a deal for the workers as well. The people who sell peanuts and all the people in the stadium should get a cut of what they earn. They shouldn't be making living wage and below living wage and have nothing to their name, and they shouldn't have no health insurance. They have no pension plan. I mean, these people should be taken care of. They're serving an industry that makes billions and millions of dollars. Have those people own stocks and own shares and make a profit. So if the stadium sells out, well, they get a boost. They get a commission on that. Because they're a big part of my enjoyment when I go to those games. When they have a good attitude and they're serving me lemonade or they're serving me some fried Oreos or whatever. When I go to Citi Field, I get some fried Oreos with my son. I only eat like one, but he eats like 6. But anyway, this is CP Cards and Dice, and I hope everybody's well. Shanghai. Okay, that's why he's called Shanghai Steve. That's nuts. And Shanghai Steve is, I guess, retired in Shanghai. That's. I have a friend who works for he was a Columbia University professor. His name is Mike Pettis. You can look him up. You can search him. I don't BS, anybody. I'm a straight shooter. Do I, exaggerate sometimes and have fun with it? Yes, but I don't scam anybody or anything like that. I just but Mike Pettis moved to China, and he was a professor at Columbia University for a long time, and then he moved to China and he became something in finance. I don't want to, he was like an advisor to the Center for Global Economic, something to that effect. You got to look it up and see what his position was. His name was Mike Pettis. Working until last month on sabbatical. Oh, cool, dude. Well, reach out to me, man, and let's. I'm on Facebook. You can go to the Deep Drive website, Facebook page rather, Deep Drive Facebook page, and it's called Deep Drive Baseball, and you can reach out to me there. We can chit chat and through Messenger and all that. And also, I really enjoy Deep Drive Baseball. As you can see, the cards are very clean and crisp, very easy. I can write on them if there's something I want to remember, if I want to say something about something, I can always do that. Because I just print these out on 90 pound card stock, and I can have brand new cards if I lose one or if I spill something or anything that happens. I like to have control of my own cards, and I'm not going to keep them forever. These I'll keep forever. I mean, I'm not going to sell or give away because you're not supposed to do that with PDFs. But these I'll keep forever. But my other cards, once I get to a certain age, I'll keep these at the end till the end in a little shoebox, and they can send them to Goodwill or something, or just burn them and put them in my coffin. But my other cards, that's why I'm into PDF now, because I don't want to store stuff. I don't want to store stuff. These don't matter if you throw them out. It's just paper and ink. It wasn't like something, it's PDF. You just print out more. I have them on my computer, so I like PDF now. And I can some of them. Sometimes I write on them. Sometimes I make little notes. If I want to change something, if I think this guy was not given the right fielding rating or something like that, or anything like that, But that's about it. This is CP Cards and Dice. Coffin filler. Steve, come over to Deep Drive Baseball at Facebook page. And join us over there. I'll let you in, and we'll we'll go back and forth. This is CP Cards and Dice. Thanks for joining the game. Mets lose it. St. Louis 14, Mets 4. Tom Seaver 2-1. And see what happens in the next couple games. I'll come back with another stream in a couple games. I don't know. I'm going to play a couple games before I come back on. Take care, guys. All right.